Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. Okay, I can't do a real okay because my voice is fucked up. Welcome to FMLFPL Milan.
This Walsh.
Dude. Not being
Is this
able
what
to...
happens when you're flying so high?
Yeah,
You just
exactly.
start screaming at the TV nonstop for minutes on end.
Lose my voice in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
Don't lose it on the okay in the podcast.
It was really just lost from minutes like 83 to full-time whistle of the Ryan Sessegnon.
Oh my God.
Will he, won't he?
I was so fucking stressed, as you saw in Discord. I mean, it was just...
Every 20 seconds, there was a new message. Is he in the touchline?
It's also
Who's
like,
coming in? What's happening?
Exactly, because, people listening to this episode are not all in our Discord, which is idiotic, but that's a whole different thing. But, like, there's so many different people watching the same game, and they're all at different times, and they're all saying different shit. So I'm fucking shitting bricks. Like, I really need Cess to not come on. I need the Gahey 7-pointer auto sub, and all randos who I've never even seen before just being like, oh, Conte triple sub. And I'm like, who? Who's coming in?
And
like,
he
what?
was warming up for a while, like around the 60-minute mark. Yeah.
I know. It was
So, dude,
scary, but... Got away with it.
You're storming the castle. 68 from you. How's it going over there?
I'm flying. Yeah.
You almost perfect score, 69, bro. But
almost 69. You know, if Matto didn't dive for the yellow card, I would have had an extra player next week and 69 points. So it's on him. Great week. Great fucking week. I don't know. I got 4 cleans in a season where no one's getting cleans. Transferred in
not only
Doc.
4 cleans, dude. Guaita got 11. That's
11
like 2 cleans.
And he got 7. And I brought in Doc for Reese, so that's a +4 because I would have got Nico's 2. Cess, I had him in, didn't get auto sub, so that's +7. So a lot of things went my way.
Yeah.
Holding Mo, he did the thing. Dom is just one of the best players in the league, so it speaks for itself. But flying. I'm up like 300K ish, up to 142K overall. Looking good.
Yeah, you're knocking on the door. You're doing really well the last 4 or 5 game weeks.
Whoa, bro. Yeah, maybe it's good for me to just get the wild card out of the fucking way.
Yeah.
In a rage whenever I wild carded like game week 4 or something, and then I can just focus on the actual game and not like, when should I fucking pop the boom?
No, you've been steadily rising, and you had game week rank 1, game week 7, which is pretty good.
Yeah, is that good?
It's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Dude, you're fucking doing so good. 142K, that's amazing. You're gonna have 5-digit rank by the time the World Cup hits, and then you can push from there.
From your lips to God's ears, my friend, my pod partner. Couldn't have done it without you. Let's talk about your week.
You'd probably be doing better without me, but that's also something
not
else
true. You have helped me
about.
multiple times in this good run of like, no, I'd start this guy, or no, like Pereira first on the bench and stuff like that.
I would have saved you from yourself because I had Sass last on my bench because I was reading the Conte tea leaves and you were stressed. I could have saved you 20 minutes of a hernia or an ulcer.
Sure. I'd probably have a voice right now.
That's it. 53. It's whatever. Got some points. My team's fucking stupid.
I mean, you went up kind of a lot.
Dude, my rank's over 1 million. It doesn't.
I know, but you still went up 250K. Like, it's
yay.
Not insignificant. Another 250K.
Free transfers. When a free transfer is a hit, that's what I play FPL for. It's just phenomenal. Phenomenal job by me.
Yeah,
Mo out. -5 for free.
Yeah.
Right there. Beautiful.
Boom. Bango.
He was subbing. I was like, I leaned back in my chair and I was like, thank God. And then obviously, right, the official who stands on the sideline and does nothing all game. Yeah. Mo's number came up.
I know, but no, everyone was like, what? Mo's coming up.
I wasn't like that. I was like, oh yeah, of course he's subbing him off because fucking fuck him. He's subbing him now. Whatever.
Had to go win the game. Had to go be the best.
It's whatever. No, I mean, Mo did have like, he had another good chance that he fucked, and he was getting free. They were isolating, and they were just, it was like honestly kind of naive. Chances. Really? I don't remember that.
Yeah, like the Jota header. He had that like chip outside of the foot pass.
Yeah. That was.
And then there were just a bunch of breaks. I mean, like, I think what you were about to say is like City's setup was just kind of naive. Like, there are so many breaks where it's like 3-on-2 Liverpool or 4-on-3 in Liverpool's favor.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, this is not usually what happens against City, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Diaz he's like, honestly, I mean, we've kind of shat on him for years. He's just not very good. I don't know like why he's still playing over Laporte when Laporte's fit, but you know, we saw it on the goal, right? I mean, isolating Cancelo is just actually psychotic, masochistic tendencies to put him in that position as the last man on those, you know, on those situations. It's just crazy. So yeah, I mean, Mo scored. Fucking fuck me. So fucking infuriating. I was so pissed off, but whatever.
Whatever, bro.
It's fun. Happens. It's a fucking fun game, dude.
That's what Mo does. He's been doing it for a while. Let me update league. So shout out to the 3 Prize League Mug League leaders for October. So far, Evan McGill, aka Son of a Pitch. Ray, fucking Raymond. AZ London, Ray.
Who's Ray?
Yeah, Rye.
You mean Rye?
Etheridge Farm
yeah,
Bembas. Who I still don't understand what his team name means, but that's okay. Everyone else likes it. And Steven Natuka in 3rd, aka Blink 180 Eto, which is a fucking stretch. And then shout out to the leader of the public league, Robin Smith, retaining their lead on the top. Good job by you. Where do we begin, dude?
I think the big one today, probably.
Yeah.
Fresh on our minds, fresh on our hearts.
Fresh on our hearts. I don't know why I knew you were going to say that, but I did. But crazy game.
Well, first half, snooze fest.
I don't know. I still thought it was like pretty enthralling.
I thought it was very, very drab, very bored. I was very bored by the first half, but the second half was like shot out of a cannon. I think they were both probably like rockets up at halftime. Like, we can't. Wild. What is happening?
It was.
Yeah,
wild.
I mean, the goal disallowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean, he got a fistful, right?
Yeah.
The thing,
he made it easy for the ref, to be honest.
He did. The thing about it, you know, for me is that he was really letting them play, like wildly so. And, you know, I don't know.
I totally get like that.
It rubbed me the wrong way just because it was not kind of consistent with the tone of the game so far. But it was obviously a foul. I mean, he grabbed his shirt and had it. But I just feel like, you know, that was just the frustrating thing to me because we could have had red cards. We could have had.
Yeah, that was Pep's argument as well. And the commentator basically came at it from the other angle, which I think also makes sense. I mean, I don't think there's a definitive right answer, right? It's a totally subjective thing. But the commentator was basically saying he prefers this, where the ref basically has the right to let everything go, and then if he misses a call, VAR can change it because it was an obvious foul. And I'm like, I have a big
problem with that though, because that's only on like actual goal scoring actions. I mean, we could have had multiple second yellows. Like this could have finished 9-10 easily, based on the veracity of some of the fouls and the challenges that were being made. You know, but yeah, I mean, City just didn't do enough.
They did say that it would have been ruled out regardless for Haaland fouling Alisson.
How did he foul Alisson?
Like Alisson had it in his hands, and you know how they protect keepers when they have it in their hands. So
yeah, I mean, I don't even want to touch that. That's just ridiculous.
But it is what it is.
But I mean, City. I mean, this is, we're kind of talking about it. Like they were really like in kind of like third gear, kind of just packing the midfield, not really progressing very many men forward throughout the game. I mean, they looked very happy to just kind of hold the 0-0.
Yeah,
and like tease at attacking throughout the game, which I thought was very, I mean, this felt to me like one of the most absolutely patented Pep overthinking
Yeah.
being a diabolical human
absolutely.
being that I've seen since like their Champions League, like late Champions League games.
Well, the
where it's
bigger the
just-
game, the higher
yeah.
the chance that he does something
Yeah.
weird.
I mean, it's
I don't
just
really know.
shocking.
I mean, I'd have to like rewatch the match or something to know specifically what was so weird about their setup today. But I agree. I mean, it just felt like for a team that's basically 10 midfielders and Holland, I felt like they had no midfield. Like whenever Liverpool won the ball,
Felt like
back,
they were outnumbered the whole
it was
game.
just Bilva was just chasing someone
yeah.
like a fucking dog.
Yeah.
And Rodri, I don't know where Rodri was, and it
Rodri
was
had a
just
bad game.
and it was just like 4-on-3, 5. I
Yeah.
don't even know if he could have had a good game.
I think
you know what I
Gundogan.
mean? It was
I was talking about. I have a hard time historically, like judging how well
Yeah,
or poorly Gundogan plays. But I thought Gundogan was like that was the issue to me. I mean, he was just missing in action. I don't really know what he was doing.
It was
and,
weird.
Like, I mean, I felt like that was the biggest issue to me. Like his just like absence was them being outnumbered or something.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it just felt like, you know, we've been watching City all year play a certain way, specific way every game, and then this was just completely not even close to any other
Yeah, they didn't
performance that
have
they've had
the
all
like
year.
composure.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Bilba's always good, and he's always good against Liverpool. But like all he did today was sprint after the ball.
yeah, chasing.
Like he was just chasing the ball the whole fucking time. It was just
Kev, and because I mean, Kev's playing in the front line. You know, what I mean,
Yeah,
I don't get that
right.
either. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
why,
me neither.
What's that? What the fuck was that about? It doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. You know, and
I
you know,
mean,
you're
and-
looking at the opposing midfield. I mean, fucking Harv is 8 years old. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
like they have all their steady
No.
hands in there. I mean, you know,
No.
I mean, there are areas that they could exploit and get
Absolutely.
at. No Trent, you know, Jomez playing center backs, not been doing that much.
Milner right back. They
Milner
barely
right back.
ever
They didn't,
threatened.
yeah, they didn't even go.
He
Well, they didn't
didn't-
fucking. Well, Foden
Yeah.
in the second half was unbelievable, but yeah, I mean, the first half he was just giving him a free pass at the
He
game.
was
It just-
unbelievable, but not like he wasn't like exposing Milner and getting free behind him. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
feel like
he was
people
getting-
weren't running at him. He was just getting on the ball and like
it was more in the middle third than the final
Yeah.
third. Like
Yeah.
they were, yeah. I mean, it was just a really bad performance from City. So
I mean,
you know,
the
I mean,
thing
it's-
that they said on Anfield Wrap, just the post game, was like
yeah, I didn't listen.
they felt like a lot of the players, Bilva obviously included with his like Mo shit and whatnot, kind of lost their heads. But then they're like, but Pep lost his head. Like you can't really blame the players. Like he's a fucking
Well,
lunatic.
Who's
He's
the
gonna-
biggest head loser? Who's the one who had the red card?
I know, but they're saying earlier in
Do
the game,
you?
Pep is turning to the crowd, like pumping up the crowd and shit. It's like, what do you expect your players to do? You know?
That was
But yeah,
awesome,
I mean,
though.
Klopp-
that was when it was reversed, right? He was doing that.
What? Yeah, exactly.
He did that after the goal was reversed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he turned to the crowd and started
It was
going
amazing.
mental, and it was. Oh, I
Fucking-
love the theater
Yeah.
of it, but like, it's not surprising that the players didn't like play within themselves after like,
Yeah.
you know, in that kind of atmosphere and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I was ecstatic that Klopp got sent off there. Mo,
Yeah.
just gets mauled every game, you know, to a level.
Thiago
that's
play
just
well?
like, yeah, I think he played really well. I mean, he had that one like, could he have been sent off moment on Rodri where he like slipped, but
He
it was
could
like,
have had 3 yellow cards.
yeah, I mean, he slipped,
'Cause the
but it was
one-
almost like
No, that-
two-footed.
Yeah, I thought that was a yellow because he slipped and his feet
Yeah,
were
'cause he
down. But
slipped,
he had
yeah.
one earlier challenge that he got a foul that I thought was a yellow.
I
Then he
don't
got
remember.
a yellow. And then I
Yeah.
thought he had another one after that looked
Oh.
like a yellow to me. That was just like another foul. I don't know.
Yeah. But,
Yeah, but it was fun. Fucking fun ass
mean-
game for a 1-0.
really fun. I mean,
Yeah.
they're just, you know, Liverpool aren't going to win the league. City are
No.
probably going to easily win the league. But it's just a reminder that, like, you know, what these two teams have been for the last, like, 5 years. Like,
Yeah.
no one else can touch those levels. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's good to see.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my Mo shirt that Bug got me right now. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Shout out to Bug. But, yeah. Let's talk about the blank. Because FPL-wise, that's where everyone's at. So Brad said, how many potential blankers would you have to have in Game Week 12 to make it wiser to wildcard going into 12 rather than to 13? So where, like, how many players do you think is fine at this point? Where are you at?
Like 8?
Yeah. I get lower every week, like leading, because it's like City and Arsenal are just so good. You want all their players. I just get lower every week.
Yeah. I mean, I think 8 or 9, you're fine. I don't
Yeah.
It's again, I mean, we keep talking about this like it's not a flat number. I mean, the players that everyone has, many of them are really bad.
Yeah.
Like these are the cheap defenders are playing this week. Like a lot of teams have no third playing forward, like plus blankers. I mean, we're in this, hard mode FPL community, like everyone's blah blah blah, my team's the best ever, like you're an idiot mode, right? But realistically, most teams out there have injured players, a non-playing player, and at least 4 players from both of these two teams. So if you get 9-ish and you have somewhat of a reasonable captain pick, like that's fine. Spending hits to remove and then not have, Holland or, Martinelli and Saka or fucking Foden or Cancelo. Like these are players that you want until the World Cup. I just don't really get that unless if, again, right, the rest of your team is fine and you're just taking one targeted removal, remove De Bruyne for Mo, and then get him back after or something like that, I mean, and the rest of your team's fine. Like, okay, whatever. But I think generally speaking, people are probably overreacting more than they should be.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And it's a really weird, obviously, season with, 5 game weeks left before World Cup break, and then everyone gets unlimited free transfers again. Like every game week that we get closer to game week 17 or, the end of 16, like hits are worse. Like making unnecessary, like short-term punts are worse because you're just having a smaller window for them to even like come off or pay off,
Right.
I'm seeing people just going like, Kev to Tross, and then next week I'm going to go Tross to this and hit. I'm just like, dude, it's just not worth it. Like, what are we doing here? You have to hit like a fucking dartboard that Brighton happened to play really well and one game and get a return. You basically need a double return minimum from whoever you're flip-flopping in and out to make it really worth it, and that's just like so hard to predict.
Yeah, it'd be like what are you gonna like transfer like Mo out for Son this week or something? Like that's not gonna work. You don't want to snip snap, right? It's just stupid. You're just shitting points away. You're not gonna hit those fixtures like, oh, Everton's such a good fixture. Like it's not gonna work. You just don't do that.
Too soon, bro.
Am I
wrong? No comment. I mean, we'll see. The thing with Son, you just hold him. You made your bed. See what happens. He's going to get some goals for you.
Unless if I unmake it and just do Son to Mo.
You could unmake it. Is an option.
Many options on the table.
Hardly Boy said, if you can get 10 starters out for the blank without hits. Yeah. We already answered this. Elgato said, having triple City in R seems like the priority for 13 through 16. With that in mind, are there any players worth a -4 hit for literally 1 week punt? Obviously, no. Well, it turns out we just answered like all these questions. Bolter said, keep Kev and go with 10, or do I bring in one of Son or Mo for a hit? And then D-Beck also followed up and said, should we still go ahead with our planned Kev to Mo moves? So I didn't know that people were planning on that move, but it's an interesting one.
Yeah, I think not knowing the texture of the rest of the team is kind of, not reasonable to answer it. But, I think Kev's a better pick than Mo. I don't think that's changed at all to me. So I would not do that.
I would do that, I think.
Okay. All right. There we go.
He has an extra fixture. I mean, that's kind of all I need to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would look elsewhere to use your transfer somewhere else.
Yeah.
What did you? I mean, Arsenal had an interesting one today against Leeds. They kind of struggled mightily throughout, but they managed to put the 3 points up.
Yeah,
what did you see there?
Another psychotic game, power outages and VARs and all, and a worldy finish from Saka and whatnot. I mean, it was Arsenal's like first really bad game of the season. Like Leeds were definitely better, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, probably on balance. I don't know if Leeds was good enough for the win. A draw was probably a fair result.
I mean, they basically scored like a worldie, the Saka finish from like a really tight angle off of fucking, Rodrigo insanity. But then basically for the entire second half, Leeds dominated and got a pen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It didn't really like change where I'm at on the Arsenal picks. I still like want 3 of Gab, Martinelli, Saka, and a defender or something like that. But I don't really know which ones I'll be able to get to. But, you know, Leeds aren't bad. I mean, that's definitely a takeaway. Leeds are just not bad.
They're like the best bad team, I think.
Yeah,
I do think they're bad. Like,
right. Best bad team is fair. That's fair.
Yeah, like their performances for spells of games are dominant. They have at least 20 minutes of per every single game that they dominate.
Right.
But their players are just not very good. Like they have so many individual players that need just strict upgrades on, you know, from back to front.
They're nowhere near relegation though.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. They should definitely be in like the 14th, 15th range. They should comfortably be not in the bottom 3 to me, but
yeah, Bamford, man, I don't know what's up with him.
I know, man. It's like he played 10 minutes last year, but I mean, he's presumably been training like somewhat reasonably a reasonable amount this year since preseason, but he just every game, I mean, I don't know, dude. The pen was terrible.
45 minutes and he sends the pen wide and I mean, it was funny because I like tweeted right after it happened. I was like, Bamford looks like he hasn't slept a wink or something like that. And then Nate, who was watching on delay, tweeted like immediately after that. It was something along the lines of like, why is Bamford all messed up? Like he just looks so fucked up. And
it looks like he's like not cutting his hair. Like, is he not clipping his toenails? Like, where's his mom? He needs help. He needs someone to take care of him.
He needs help. He needs an arm around him and not by some fucking American guy. He needs, he needs Marcelo Bielsa.
Oh my goodness. Yes. And I mean, also, steadily, going back to preseason shout, vindication in caps, Saka has more points than Jesus.
Boom.
I mean, it's just been happening.
Guess what, guys? Pens are good.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus had that huge game week 2.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean,
that was a quad return, right?
Quad return, yes. Yeah. Quad return, 19-pointer. But I mean, since then, he's been returning. I mean, it's not like he's been bad, but Saka's just been way better. I mean, he's just way better.
It was weird early season. We couldn't really figure out why Saka wasn't involved in anything. It just like
the stats were still good.
It just was. That's just like what Arsenal was deciding to do was play through the left. Yeah, Jesus was veering to the left. Martinelli was playing really well. Zinchenko was playing really well. Xhaka's been playing well all season. And then, something flipped. They just became a little bit more balanced. I think Ben White got a little more comfortable. Odegaard's been better. And Saka's
I think it's
great.
Zinchenko's injury. Right? I mean, he played the first few games and they were doing all the left-hand side stuff. And Saka was creating a little bit more. He was putting some crosses in, but not getting his shot.
That makes sense.
And then, he started 2 in the last, forever. He gets subbed. Who knows? So whatever, it doesn't matter. Regardless, Saka looks like a really good option. I mean, I think getting him in, for that run is going to also be really good if possible to do. Right? I mean, after this blank. They have Southampton, NFO, Chelsea, Wolves.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with these great players, they always come around, right? I mean, it's just, there was a great Parcells quote on a recent Lombardi pod. I'm sure you heard. NFL people will know what I'm talking about. But Lombardi was just like, I'm pretty sure it was, as the great Parcells once said, when a player shows you who he is, believe him.
Yeah.
And I was like, I fucking love that. We know who Saka is. Yeah, he blanks. People fucking rage transferring him out. It comes good in the end,
Yeah.
I could say the same about Mo. I could say the same about, whoever. Son's gonna come good for you. It'll happen.
He'll come good after I sell him. Let's not forget who we are here. Also, when I show you who I am,
believe me. I'll believe you. Fair enough. But I mean, what do you think the best 3 R's are? After,
I think it's
after the blank. Obviously, is it just Jesus, Saka, Martinelli?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you could throw White in there if you just want to make up numbers and get someone else otherwise. But I mean, these are all fucking cheap picks.
I mean, they're priced the 7th best team in the league, and they've been the second best team in the league all year.
They're so cheap.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, certainly Saka and Martinelli. I think that the Jesus versus Ben White conversation is close, just because, you know, then you're looking at getting to jam in one of your shit stainer 4 or 5 defenders on a good team versus freeing that forward spot up for someone else possibly, or another midfield spot, you know?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's just one of those where you have to compare the spot. You know, like I was actually looking at Dom, you know, he has home Southampton this week, obviously in a blank. I'm nowhere near, but you know, his next 2 are at West Ham, home Spurs. You know, then he has 2 more good ones before the World Cup. Like, I could figure out a way to go Dom to Jesus. Like, that's just a huge upgrade, you know? Yeah. Huge fucking upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah. It depends. I mean,
Bournemouth are still just like the bussiest team in the league. You know, they probably will barely get a touch in the opponent's half in both of those games. Yeah. So,
well, the one thing about Jesus too is, I mean, he did not look fit today. I mean, it was
he wasn't supposed to be, right?
Yeah, he was rumored that he wasn't going to even travel. Yeah. I mean, it was to me by a lot his worst performance of the season.
Yeah, he was very quiet.
You know, that certainly I don't think is coincidental to them, you know, kind of falling apart, especially in the second half when, like, if you presume the player's not fit, that he's going to deteriorate over time as the game progresses. I mean, the job he does is so I mean, from FPL, we watch from that perspective, but from an IRL perspective, the amount of times he drops in is like playing as number 6, like when they need him to for a few minutes, like when he's not able to do that, and he really wasn't doing that in the Leeds game. He was just went missing, you know. Then that's like where they were sort of like down a man, and then all of a sudden Odegaard is a huge issue because they already sort of carry him out of possession, and then, you know, so it had a knockdown effect.
Yeah, he's a fucking phenomenal player.
I mean, you know, we were obviously
Xhaka.
We have our friend Mug in the Discord who's fucking beats off to him every day, and then doesn't own him somehow. But you know, he's gone a little bit quieter in the last couple games. You know, Leeds, Liverpool, but you know, he's got 5 returns in 10. I mean, he's really steady. He's 5-1, which is really fucking cheap, obviously.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
And they do have some really easy fixtures where they're going to have more possession, and you know, they're not going to be getting pressed up the ass. You know, he might come in with a couple returns until the World Cup. He could also be a good option, you know? They just have a lot of good picks, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's something like, I don't know. I was kind of, my approach to this game week and why I just ended up doing Reece, obviously he was injured, but I had a lot of things to think about. But I was kind of like reverse engineering it to be like, what City guy do I want? And I think I still will go Mato to Foden in game week 13. But everyone should be thinking in that way just for the home stretch of like, how do I get to 3 City? How do I get to 3 Rs? Because they're just so many phenomenal picks in those teams that don't break your budget and don't break your structure at all. So
yeah,
I just think that's where we're at. Yeah,
it makes sense. Yeah.
Al said, "Who's the best one?"
Oh, sorry. Wait. Before we switch, what about Tomiyasu? I mean, he's 4-2. Is it just he's too sus because of Zinchenko? Like he's going to immediately be dropped?
I honestly think he was really bad today. Also, like I don't know. He's a decent player and he's good depth and stuff, but like he's not a left back, and I think that was pretty obvious today. And yeah, they're just waiting for Zinchenko to get back. I mean, I don't know. Don't love it.
But who's going to play center back with Gabriel? With Saliba?
Gabriel? Oh, God.
Or what?
Here we go. Here we go. Al said, who's the best 1 week punt in the mids? 1 week
Mato.
punt.
Definitely. Right? Bye.
That's good.
I mean, who does he play this week? Fucking Leeds at home. I think it's pretty obvious. Who's better than who's a better player with a better fixture than
loser he is.
Leeds home, Leicester. Last game of you get to wait till the last game of the game week on Thursday night under the lights. It's got to be Mato.
Mato's such a fucking loser. Who's my pick? I'm just looking through the fixtures. I mean, I understand why people are getting Tross. I don't have that much faith, though, in him or Brighton, and Forest have been kind of tight and kind of good defensively lately.
Yeah.
Jesus, I don't know. It's kind of rough out there. Might be just Raz or honestly, I really like Sinistera. Every time I've watched him, I just feel like goals are coming. I don't know. Maybe it's him. But
yeah.
not
Barnes
seeing one that I'm
maybe
like
is
thrilled
shout-worthy.
about. Who?
Barnes maybe with
Yeah,
Matto
Barnes. And then he gets subbed at half and you fucking off yourself.
out.
And Mount,
could
I mean,
happen.
Mount would look, you know.
I mean, we have Wolves at home. It could be Wilf maybe is a
Could
shout.
be Wilf. Yeah.
I mean, what about Liverpool? I mean, is there any mid that you could spec on? That the 8? Who's going to play 8? Is it just it's too much of a mess?
Yeah, I mean, especially because they have the shortest turnaround of all the teams. I just
Could
feel
be
like
Carve.
there's going to
Carve
be,
in
because he didn't start today. It could be
Yeah.
Carvalho. He could play like wing or something like that also. So, you're kind of like flexing a little bit there with hopefully he is left wing, but maybe he's still 8 or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's such a ridiculous punt. And there's not going to be a leak because it's on Wednesday. So, I don't know.
Tross,
I don't know.
Billing,
Yeah.
Barnes. I don't know. Yeah, there's not a ton. Sinistera.
There's not a ton that I'm very happy with.
Rodrigo.
Yeah, kind of like my Sinistera shout.
Rodrigo too, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
He just got
Rodrigo.
it's just hard. I mean, he's fucking getting subbed at half, assisting for the other team. I mean, he's so streaky, so hot cold. I mean, he has games where he's like, you could easily just drop him. I mean, if he doesn't start, I wouldn't be stunned.
I feel like he's only been good in forward, and he's basically never been good with Bamford. And
he's such a weird player, dude.
It continues. Like, they just don't play together well. He doesn't pass well, but he's good in the box and he gets shots off. So, but I don't know. And then Randy, the only other question, his wording is weird here. He said, will it be possible to win FPL without Harry Kane in your team? And then he said, going into the stretch before the World Cup, what are the necessary premiums to own Haaland and ...
He just keeps doing. I mean, I feel like
you said everything on the last spot.
I know. Yeah. Another goal, 9 points. In fairness to him,
he was really good though.
Yeah,
it wasn't like the other games.
It wasn't
the other.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
he fucked up his
dominated.
Good chances.
Everton are fucking atrocious. They're so fucking bad.
They're fucking terrible. But no, I mean, Spurs dominated. In a like uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase. They could have won. They could have won like 2-0 is just fine. Like that's what the scoreline indicated. I mean, they were still like conceding possession and staying in their own half when they were allowed to.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
Everton
still just like an annoying, dull game.
Pretty good chances.
On the counter. Two great chances.
It's just
Kane. Kane did have like a couple of good open play chances that, there was like a good save from Fuckford on one. And, so, he was definitely good for the goal in this game. But yeah, I mean, he has 9 goals. It's fucking ridiculous. He has 9 goals and he just keeps doing it every week. So, betting against him at this point is just, not great. The one thing you do have going for you is that, he hasn't been actually having these insane like hat trick games where he's putting up like 17 and shit. Yeah. And, in a year when you're not capping anyone else, it just makes it that much less important to have like the premium. So, you could easily be doing just fine without Kane. Yeah. I mean, it's not that hard to cover his.
Haven't had him one game week. Yeah.
It's not that hard to cover, 6, 7, whatever each game, when you're putting that amount of money elsewhere.
Late Riser tweeted a thing at me this morning that was like Kane under Conte because now it's been 38 games. So it's like a season-ish. Is 25 goals, 12 assists, 239 FPL points.
Yeah, so that's that's good.
That's fucking good.
Yeah, that's like one of the best players in the game, pace, right?
Which is what he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah. But and that's nice. But we still keep watching this team every week, and yes, they did a little bit more against Everton at home, right? Everton at home. Yeah. But by and large, we've seen a large body of work this season where the team has been performing very poorly, have looked second best in most of the games that they've played, and are winning ugly. So, with all of those things said, I'm still not looking at this player and looking at the, foreseeable future of just like, oh yeah, they're going to just, keep being great. Like they haven't been great.
Yeah.
So, I'm
Totally.
still like cautious about it, as
Yeah.
dumb as that sounds, for as many points as he has, right? And, I'm obviously bad at FPL, but that's just how I'm seeing it right
Yeah.
now. What about you? I mean, is
No,
any
I
sort of
totally
similar?
agree. I mean,
We've been saying this since like Game Week 4.
yeah, exactly. They're below Liverpool and XG, and they've played a game more. They're below Newcastle and XG. Not pen. You include the pens. Doesn't fucking matter. Like that. The XG tells the truth there.
The
Their
defense, though.
defense, dual
Pretty good.
wingbacks for me, baby. Dude, the Conte hug on Doc, the hug and scream in the air. I was like, we might have our Doc back. So that is
Even
something.
with his fucking fascist facial hair.
Oh God, terrible what he's doing to the Irish community. Let's jump to our teams. I mean, it's a fucking.
You want to get out of here?
No, I don't want to get out of here, but let's talk about our teams, our moves, our caps, because there's no Haaland this week, and the games are fucking 36 hours away, so we don't have much time.
All right, so let's look at you. I mean, you have a big spanner with Maddo.
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
I'll pull up my team. I think this is my team. That's my team. So I have 1.7 in the bank. I have 1 free. I have Maddo. I have 10 players if, Nico, Cess, and Doc get minutes, which are all ifs. But I expect that
Nico
they
looks
will.
pretty okay. I mean, Aria wasn't in the squad.
Aria wasn't in the squad, so he should play.
That's easy.
And I'd
1 or 2
expect Doc
points.
and Cess to get, at least an appearance, if not start.
Well, Cess will start for sure.
I
don't
think he'll
that's
start.
even remotely questionable.
I think he'll
Doc
start, yeah.
probably won't.
I think Doc will. I kind of have a good feeling. I mean, Emerson's still suspended for this game.
Yeah.
So it's like Spence or Doc again.
Well, or Perry.
Yeah, Perry switching to the right. Yeah, but he just played 90. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, we don't know. Doesn't matter. Either
Doesn't
way,
really
you're not doing
matter.
a transfer there. It's not important.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, my initial gut thing when Maddo did his dumbass fucking dive was whatever. I'll just have 10 guys. And next week do Maddo to Foden. Like I planned to do anyway. Like,
So why would you? But is saving that valuable? Like you want to save?
Yeah,
and
I mean, I
float
think
and
a
then
transfer
do that?
is worth more than a 1 week punt, basically, is what I'm saying. It's like I either 1 week punt on any of the guys you mentioned, Tross, Wilf, whatever
Well, what
the
are you
fuck, all
doing
the guys
with the
we just
transfers?
mentioned.
Because I think also, like you said before, taking hits is bad. Saving is also bad because we have a diminishing returns on how the transfers can get used for points.
Yeah, but if I know that I want Foden, I'd rather not take a 1 week punt. I'd rather do a double move and get Jesus for Dom or something like that.
So then you
More
wouldn't get
impactful.
Foden though.
What?
But then you wouldn't get Foden.
I'm still planning on getting Foden.
So how could you get Jesus for Dom if you're going to get Foden for Maddo?
Maybe I'll have to wait till game week 14 to do that or something. But I basically want the flexibility. And I don't really see a punt that I'm very excited about this week, So I didn't really see the point in doing it. It's like I'm basically like trying to catch lightning in a fucking bottle for 1 week and spending a transfer to do it. They have to fucking return, or it was like basically a bad transfer. They have to return this week, or it was a bad transfer because it's not someone that I'm going to want to hold. I know who I want to hold. I want to hold Arsenal and City guys, So that like immediately becomes a spot that I already want to get rid of, whoever I bring in. Unless there's someone that like I'm not thinking of that you think is a really good transfer and just for the stretch.
Well, the one name we didn't mention since last, and he blanked and looked fucking awful, is Bowen.
Yeah, Bowen. He's playing Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A resurgent Liverpool.
Resurgent Liverpool. I can't believe West Ham only scored 1 goal, by the way. I just watched the highlights before we got on.
Yeah, I mean, Skamaka kept missing everything, but that game was very bizarre.
Yeah. So, could be Bowen, hold him. He's at Liverpool this week, and then I hold him for Bournemouth, at United, home Palace, home Leicester. Could be Wilf. You know, he's
I
not
don't think
looking
it's
great, but like he has
He does this, but I
4
don't
good
know.
fixtures. Yeah, he doesn't
I
have
don't-
like a.
Yeah, I just don't.
He's not predictable.
Well, okay, well, this is the thing. So I agree with you. Like Saka, Foden, million miles ahead of any
Million
other
miles.
pick in the game in
Yeah.
midfield that you don't have right now.
Yeah.
I am just more looking at your team and questioning like why or what is so valuable about saving. Because you look, okay, everyone's playing, then there's Champions League again. Like there's games every 3 days. You know, you could get injuries elsewhere, you know, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I wish I did that, because then I would have like sorted that issue, gotten points.
No, I think
I could still.
I think if an injury happens, I'll be like, thank God I didn't waste my fucking transfer on a 1 week punt.
But you get a move every week. Like, what are you doing with your moves? I just don't get it.
Well, one of them is going to be Mato to Foden, and then I have another one for injuries or whatever happens. You know, like for all the reasons you just said. Like
I just don't think floating and having 2 is really like that important.
I just think it's always better, basically, and probably transferring in a 2-pointer is just not worth it at all to me.
Okay.
You know, and every other player on my team, you know, plays except for my City and Arsenal guys. So I don't know. I just don't really see where I'm gaining there.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, Bowen was the name that we talked about last week.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you've cooled on him a little bit more with Liverpool looking a bit better and, you know, he was bad and not very involved.
I do still like him for the run in. I just, like you said, Saka, Foden just feels so much better.
Because like because I guess I just approach this differently. Like when I'm looking at like, okay, the rest of my team is good. Like I don't have any issues. Defense, fine. Gonna have 3 starters every week, not a big problem.
Yep.
The rest of my, you know, 6 attackers, more or less fine. Could conceivably hold them all until game week, you know, until the World Cup. Like I just feel like targeting points in these few game weeks for every spot is just like where my head goes, where I'm just like,
no, I
using
understand,
the free, you know, just using a move each week or whatever. And, you know, saving if you genuinely have nothing to do and you're eyeing a double move is something else, but you're not even saving with the something in mind to do a double move. Like you're saving so that you can save again.
Like figure it out, sort of, you know, and like play with it more to see if there is something I want to do with the double move. But I guess my question back to you would be like, is my team good? Because this game week it's good, but next game week I don't have Saka or Foden or Cancelo or an Arsenal defender.
I mean, I don't care about an Arsenal defender at all. Those are just 6 pointers.
But I'm just saying they're all again better than like most of the players on my team.
But that's where I just look at it as like, well,
Jesus.
You're not going to probably get rid of Mo when he has the good fixtures and shit.
Yeah.
And you, again, like I would be very happy to just do whoever guy you get in for Mato to Saka or Foden. And, you know, your attackers are still fine. Like, you know, so I think you can do that. And then if you want to do a defender move to get in a 4-5 Arsenal defender, maybe that's like your luxury move to do. You know, I mean, the following week, I just think, you know, just looking at like Mitro, fine. Solanke, fine. Martinelli, good. Mo, Kevin, like what, you know,
I was thinking about getting rid of Kevin, to be honest.
To go where?
Kev to Foden, Dom to Jesus, double move.
Yeah.
And then Mato just
love
has NFO. I mean, not NFO. Who does he have? He has someone bad. He's Wolves before City.
Yeah.
So like I have another buffer week before, you know, I have to get rid of him. He still has a good fixture.
I mean, they also were fucking incompetent at home against my team, which was worrying. I mean,
your team was less competent though.
No, we aren't talking about my team's FPL picks. I mean, it's just, you know, I mean, Mato is just also sort of like
I thought Mato was actually pretty good. I mean, but the rest of the team is bad.
Yeah, I mean, we know his quality and his class, but we also have to remind ourselves, like, this isn't a player who's getting, you know, chances in the 6-yard box. Like, he's scoring fucking direct frees and shit. So I mean, I just don't even think. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I still think Kev's like a really good pick. I think, you know, getting Foden for Mato Or if you want to get rid of Kevin, like maybe it is, getting Foden for Kevin and, doing Mato to someone else like Saka there and then putting that money into Jesus. Like I could see that maybe being fine.
Yeah. I need to play with basically all of these scenarios, but where this all began is that was just my gut reaction was there's actually no one I like for this game week, and everyone that I like blanks this game week. So why would I use a transfer on someone that I don't really want? But maybe it is still Bowen, maybe it is Wilf and just whatever, I wonder if I actually went down to Wilf if I could afford Dom to Jesus next week.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
I don't know. Oh my God, exact.
Well, he might drop to 7-9 too, so you might be even.
Yeah. I mean, either way, I'll wait, but that's where I'm at.
How much is Barnes? 6-9.
Yeah, he's so cheap.
There you go,
Barnesy.
Yeah,
I have him at least at some point every year, so why not
we both
now?
Have to own him at some point. There's no question about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about? Let me pull up your team as well.
This will be short. I mean, I'm going to do Martial to Darwin.
Your planned move. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this was like almost if I could have scripted like what I would like to happen today with that move in mind, like this is what I would have written down on paper.
Stretcher it off.
Jota stretchered off. Darwin doesn't start. Hell. Darwin comes on, takes 20 shots and could have scored a hat trick.
He is
doesn't know how to pass.
Psycho. He doesn't know how to do anything.
Doesn't know how to do anything.
Kaylee tweeted like he's the best terrible player I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, it's like everything he does like looks bad and sloppy, but also he's getting a lot of XG in shots. I don't know.
Yeah, all about it. I mean, I don't agree with that at all. What Kaylee said, but yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to probably get like 8 or something. I'm not going to hit Soufal out. I'm just not going to bother.
I mean, dude, he got you a point this week.
I hope he gets me 0 points this week. That would be amazing. But I don't think I'll be that lucky. I probably 2 goals conceded yellow card looks good for him this week. I'll probably sit on -1. Oh, wait, no, that is 0. That's 0. I could get that. I get away with that.
I could see that. Yeah.
So I'm gonna probably do that. But what do you? Is there anything I'm missing here?
No, that sounds great. I love that move. I love going for Darwin. I mean, who knows how many of the next run he'll start, but you just hope that he starts like at least 3 out of the next 5 with the upside of 4 out of the next 5, and then it seems like a good transfer to me. I still just think like lots of goals and points are coming.
I mean, I think 5 is reasonable.
I don't think so with the turnaround.
Just because no one's going to play 5?
Yeah, probably. Maybe.
I mean, he could set the Champions League game. I don't know.
No, but it's a
dead rubber, right?
I just mean this specific turnaround, like right now, is like they played the late game today. He obviously didn't start.
Play.
Then they play Wednesday late and then Saturday early.
Right.
I just don't.
And then they have midweek that he might not play, and then they have Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, right?
Yeah, I just don't know if he starts both of the next 2.
Yeah. I mean, I think that given who's available, I mean, certainly now, if there's going to be a time to own Darwin this year, it's now.
It could be. Could be now. Yeah.
So assuming that, I mean, at least Luis Diaz should be back after the World Cup, right? Is that? Or no, he might not be. How fucked
December
is he?
or something. Yeah, he's pretty fucked. It's not a dead rubber though, by the way, Champions League. No, Liverpool's not secure yet. Okay. They're on 9 points. Ajax is on 3 points. So if Ajax wins, then Liverpool have Napoli in the final thing. So Liverpool really need a point.
A point. But who do they play?
A point. They play Ajax and then Napoli.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. Projecting this out is a fucking fool's
I know.
errand.
But bottom line, I like the Darwin.
He's going to start this game, and I'm going to bring him in, and I'm going to captain him, and that's what I'm doing.
Love that. Yeah. Answer all my questions in one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I cap Mo? I really don't know what to do. I have it on Mo right now. I have Vice on Mato, just cheeky.
West Ham were all sorts today.
Yeah, I mean their back line was so
it was
bad.
It was actually laughable how bad they were. I just, I mean, that's also why I'm like looking at Darwin so much heavier, because their real issues are down the spine right now.
Yeah.
And they're playing fullbacks at center. I mean, they're fucking Ben Johnson. Oh my God, can't play center back at all in the 3 for his life.
Kehrer,
I mean, they were getting at
kind of can't play anywhere. Also, interesting guy. Classic tweener who's bad at both positions that he's in between. I don't know what the hell.
Sort of. Yeah, I mean, they look suspect, very, very suspect. And with their injuries, I think you probably should captain Mo based on how
I probably will. I mean, I don't really have another good option.
Yeah.
It's
the alternatives just aren't there. I think that's it. I mean, you're not captaining like fucking Solanke or something.
I honestly think Trips is a pretty good cap. Not even joking.
Yeah.
I like him more than Mitro, Solanke, who are like my other two options.
It's just like doing that is so annoying, because if he basically doesn't score a direct free kick, like you're just looking at, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6+ bones is like best case.
Yeah, and that's not bad though.
It's not bad, but for captain, it's just like, oh my God, like,
it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel
is this
right.
what we're doing? Is this what we're doing when we play this game? Like, captaining a defender, hoping for bonus points and a clean. It's
if I didn't have, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is who do you like better than a Trips cap other than Mo and Darwin? That's a tough question. Like that's hard. Like, I don't think I would cap Barnes over him. I don't think I would cap Tross over him, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Mitro looked so fucking injured.
He was
horrendous.
He was hurt. And Villa's defense isn't that bad. I mean, when Mings and Emmy do the things that they did, they're bad, but like, they're not that bad.
I would probably cap Wilf over Trips.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know what to make Wolves.
You're looking flat at like 3 versus 6 or whatever. I mean, how much are you really going to lose by doing that? Like, it's just not going to be much.
Yeah, worst case is
they both
9 to 3. Yeah.
And, I mean, Wolves...
And Wolf could like double return. He needs a pen and a thing. And
they give a pen away all the time.
Yeah.
They will be getting Collins back, which is, good for them.
I think he's good, yeah.
But... I agree with you. I think Trips is like, okay, fine, but I just would never do it myself. I would never advocate someone else to do that.
Yeah.
Like, even Kane or Son, like I would captain either of them over Trips for sure, even though I have no idea what that game's going to be.
I think I would as well. Yeah, for sure.
So we're coming up with some guys here.
Yeah. All right, bro. Okay. Let me, we have one Ass to Slap, one new Patreon sign up, Jonathan Sapsford. Get the fuck in there, Johnny.
And then we're back on, so we're going to be back on Wednesday. Yeah, so we're not going to have the Thursday games in our pocket.
Who's on Thursday?
Fulham, Villa, Leicester, Leeds.
Ooh, yeah.
Those are kind of fun, interesting games.
Yeah, I like those games.
But yeah, we're just not going to be able to cut it.
Yeah.
And then we'll just be back on Monday. And then I think from then till the World Cup, we'll be pretty regular, right? With
I think it's just normal. Yeah, just normal weeks.
We're still trying to do the scouting videos on Tuesday for Patreon.
Yeah.
Those vary in length, obviously. But, anywhere from like, I guess what it's like 20 to 45 minutes we've been sort of doing.
Something like that. Yeah.
So if you guys are signed up, we'll keep doing those. And then, we'll be doing my lives and shit. So that's about it.
Rock and roll.
All right,
brother.
See you tomorrow.
Peace out. Check us out at FMLfield.com. Follow us on Twitter at FMLfield, sportspatron.com/FMLfield. Subscribe, rate, review. Cheers.